As the deadline to stop a government shutdown nears, we have Congressman Gene Green on the phone to give us an update. What's going on in Washington?
Well, good afternoon. There's still some negotiation. Democratic Senate leader was over at the White House, and he's left, and he said there's been movement on negotiations. So this is, I think that there would be a short-term extension with agreements to deal with some of the issues. Obviously, we all want to keep the government open, Republican, Democrat, but on the other hand, we've been told that we would have an opportunity to fix the immigration law for DACA for these people who were brought here as children. I still have some problems with because Texas, we had Harvey, and we got commitments to have funding, and that has not happened. And we passed a bill before Christmas out of the House, and the Senate hasn't taken it up to help supplemental to get for our cities and counties and school districts to be assisted because of the hurricane. So there's a lot of issues, and hopefully we'll at least get some of those addressed.
How do you feel about the president actually blaming the Democratic Party for this shutdown?
Well, the Republicans are in the majority. They in the House, and they yesterday to send it to the Senate. Now, the Senate has different rules than we do. So what happened is that it has to have 2/3 vote. And when we were in the majority, we had the same problem in the Senate. And but this gives us a vehicle to try and help programs that we need, like the DACA children, the funding for Hurricane Harvey, and there was commitments made that would be taken care of, and so far that hasn't been done. So that's why we're playing hardball, literally.
Are they? It seems like they want more military funding, which as half the budget right now is going towards the military. To me, it makes no sense.
Well, that's one of the issues. A number of years ago, there was an agreement on the funding for both defense and on domestic issues, and the military folks actually want to break that agreement and spend a lot more on defense and take it away from the domestic side. If they're going to increase spending for defense, I want to see increased spending for Medicare, for lots of different programs that my constituents use.
And so can you explain to people that don't know what will happen if we do have a government shutdown?
Well, over the last 20-plus years, we've had government shutdowns. The longest one was in 2013, and it lasted, I think, 15 days or something like that. What's so strange about it is that we shut down the government, furlough what's called non-essential, and yet when we finally go back, we still pay those folks that have been off. So why don't we just keep them working, because they're going to get paid anyway, and they can continue the services that they do, whether it be national parks or things like that. So this is all kind of just a game of chicken that's very expensive when you're dealing with the federal government.
Well, Congressman, we appreciate you coming in and letting your constituents in Houston know what's going on there in Washington.
Well, we hope that there's agreement. We haven't heard it yet, but Senator Schumer came back, and the only thing I understood was that he said we've made some progress on some points, and hopefully it's on some of the things that are important to our district.
And we got hours before the deadline?
Yeah, but Congress can move pretty quick when they get an agreement. Typically, there will be by voice vote and without any roll call, just to make sure it'll be a short-term one until we come back. We have a week out next week, and then we'll come back and finish it up. But the main goal right now is to keep the government open, but to get an agreement to work on these other issues. and have them at the next version of the appropriations bill, their continuing resolution.
Okay, Congressman, thanks so much for coming on so last minute.
Oh, glad to. Thank y'all.
Right. Bye.